Always fun to spend the holiday with some NBA hoops action. Glad you all could join us. Brian Anderson here, joined by Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. And we've got a great one for you here tonight. A good old-fashioned conference rivalry, legs.
There's nothing wrong with teams disliking each other, and I think we've got that here tonight. It's been abundantly clear over the years. I would not be surprised if things got a little chippy tonight.
Ooh, that's what we're here for, baby.
I'm ready for it.
Here's Edgecombe. Pass to Curry. Screen by O'Neal. Down low. Outside Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Howard. Shot is good by Curry.
Yeah, that's Curry's natural scoring ability. He can almost always find a shot.
Right side, SGA. Pass to Howard. That's short off the rim. And the Warriors with possession. Tim, when you talk about Jimmy Butler, just how hard of a worker is this guy?
Well, he's just exceptional. That gritty style of play is what makes him so respected, B.A. And as we know, he has a way of rising to the occasion.
And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Caruso misses. Here's Edgecombe. Outside Curry. Pass to Green. Rejected by Holmgren.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Screen by Holmgren. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Well, not the start they were looking for, but they finally got their first field goal.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. Our first topic of conversation, of course, facing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He told me SGA is so hard to game plan for. He has incredible length for a point. He's too big for a guard, too quick for a wing. We have our work cut out for us. EA, back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Outside Curry. Sinks it from distance. Curry's got 7. And here's SGA. He'll bring it up to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailing by 5. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
And one thing that makes Shai so effective is his command of the basketball. He can go either direction and stop on a dime.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has made the move from star to superstar, Grant.
Well, no question, B.A. He's been a superstar for quite a few seasons now, but he's not satisfied and just continues to elevate his game year after year.
Good work there as it goes.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Pass to Caruso. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Averaging almost 23 points a contest. A fantastic offensive player. With the teardrop. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Outside Curry. Here's Edgecombe. And that one is hammered home.
Wow, B.J. Edgecombe. I have a feeling we'll be seeing a lot of these highlight reel plays over his career.
Howard, the screen. Inside. Warriors with the rebound.
Well, the defense challenged him just enough to force that miss. They really collapsed when he got close to the rim.
And slam dunk by Jordan.
Give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, they have just found the better looks, and they are capitalizing.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Here's George. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
And we're going to have a jump ball. Now SGA. 3 seconds left. The putback. And so it's the Golden State Warriors leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Warriors.
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Shot from the inbound. And it's Jordan with the rebound.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
Tim, it was pretty unique to hear the Warriors vets say they don't want a team to mortgage the future trying to chase one more ring.
Really shows you the selflessness of this group. Here you've got Steph Curry, a top 10 player in league history, who maybe would want one because there's no time like the present.
Thinking more like a GM than he is a star player.
Smart. Keep that cupboard stocked.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Warriors have come a long way during the Curry era. Draymond Green said, quote, "We built this thing up from the laughingstock of the NBA." I take a great deal of pride in that. I think about this organization like it's mine. If the Warriors win the championship 10 years from now, that's our championship. Period. Ryan?
All right, thank you, Allie. Outside Peyton. Over Caruso. And Stephen Curry again. And that's 15 points for Stephen Curry.
Well, that's just easy for Curry, and you can see how comfortable he is in the mid-range area.
Oh, Jordan with the block.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Outside Peyton. Pass to Curry. Clock at 6. Over Williams. Again, Golden State.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
And the shot goes in. 19 points for Stephen Curry.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, they've gotten the matchup they want every time up the floor, and they have taken advantage of that.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Players today have more freedom with their shot selection than ever before, Tim.
Yeah, B.A., there's no question about it. I think you could actually make the argument coaches are particular in a different way. They're looking more for threes, layups, and dunks, not as much from the mid-range, and if you can add that shot, really makes you stand out.
So interesting. I've seen coaches take players out for not shooting open shots.
Oh, I wish I had that coaching when I played. And you see Williams there showing off that quickness and why it's not easy to knock him off balance.
Legs, you look at Jalen Williams coming out of college. Early doubts about his athletic ceiling proving unfounded.
No question about it. There were limitations placed on him as an athlete because he's got a fairly unique build if you think about it. Really long arms and barrel-chested, but his agility really opening eyes.
Well, and you can never underestimate the heart, and he plays with a lot of it.
Absolutely.
Outside Curry. Jordan, the screen. Pass to Curry. Jordan, the screen. Wing shot on the way. And again, it's Golden State.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
Outside Mathurin. 4-3. Knocks it down from distance. Mathurin's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's got that guard quickness. Mathurin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
On the wing, Curry. Again, Golden State.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. Back to Williams. Elbow shot. First shot won't go.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Outside Curry. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Curry's got 25 points in the game.
And Curry is really putting his stamp on this one.
Outside Podziemski. Jacks up a three. Out of bounds. It's the Oklahoma City's ball. And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Making a switch here. Thunder trail by 17. Howard, the screen. Here's Mitchell. And he starts out with a miss in this one. And here's George. They'll bring it up for the Warriors. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. That'll be the second of a two-game stretch at home.
Edgecombe's ability to run and jump are well known. This is what drew a lot of eyes to this young man. I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. George outside. 4 seconds left. Oh, misses the dunk. No luck on that one. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Warriors ahead, leading by 17. We've got more in store for you right after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does it all. He said, once I made an emphasis to try to affect the game on both ends of the floor, I have found myself having success. So for me, it's just a want to. Coach Mark Daigneault said he wants to win, and if you want to win, you have to do the invisible things. Brian, back to you.
A two-way talent. All right, Allie, thank you.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Well, Grant, you look up and down this Thunder roster. It is just loaded with winning players.
Yeah, B.A. Guys who are going to make the right play, defend their spot, move without the ball. I mean, they've built something special in OKC, piece by piece.
Screen by O'Neal to the middle. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Thunder trail by 19. looking to get it going. The shot, no good.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
And a deep three from Curry. And again, no good by Golden State.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first four has he gotten to go.
And it comes off a good pass. Clearly, Mathurin has been well coached on when to give it up.
Howard on the double team. Screen by O'Neal. To the inside. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark.
This is definitely not how they envisioned starting the second half.
And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul. And the Warriors making a change here. And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And the Warriors making a change here.
Substitution on the court.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. To the paint. Holmgren drives in. And the basket is good. Holmgren's gotten his first basket of the night.
Just showing off his mobility as a big man. Holmgren puts his head down and charges into the shot.
Jordan, the screen. Down low. The kick out. Curry. 5 to shoot. And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his first foul.
Yeah, they got a little loose with the ball right there, but in general, they've avoided the big mistakes, and they're running away with this.
Thunder trail by 15. Outside, SGA. From the top of the key, the shot by Dort, no good.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
And at his peak, Paul George averaged 7 free throw attempts per game. And that number has seen a precipitous decline.
Well, in particular, the last few seasons, and I think with his injury concerns, BA, you understand him being less inclined to hunt contact.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Howard. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but he drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. It's his first trip to the line. No good on that one. And defense has been the strength of the Warriors. So what do they need offensively, Tim?
Well, BA, they need more consistent scoring outside of Steph Curry. Jimmy Butler certainly has helped, but to win at the highest level, it requires more than one three-level scorer.
Here's Curry, and it's Holmgren with a rebound. Thunder trail by 16. To the inside. Here's Mathurin. Oh, Jordan with the block. Pass to Podziemski. Oh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Draymond Green. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And I think Lou Dort is a textbook example of a high-effort player. He is just relentless on both ends, constantly looking for ways to make a difference.
Shot clock at 6. Outside Podziemski. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Here's Curry. Gets some space and parries the jumper. Curry's got 27 points.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
And the foul on the shot. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And Tim, to have the success that SGA has had, is there something different to his approach?
Well, BA, I just think he's so shifty, so quick in changing directions, and he can decelerate once he gets into the paint. That change of pace makes it very difficult to stop, and it's the reason he's the perennial league leader in drives to the rim.
Shout out Canada too, eh?
Of the North.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now.
So Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Nuggets will make substitutions. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. 17-point game. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Oh, Jordan with the block. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Yep, that one goes.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
Here's Mitchell. Oh, rejected by Jordan. In transition. Here's Podziemski. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on Jalen Williams. And he makes a first. Both good from the line that time. There's 6 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Can they get it? And so it's the Golden State Warriors. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. We'll be back in a moment. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And Legs is someone who has seen some of the great perimeter defenders over the years. Who's the best you've ever seen?
Well, the best defense, Brian, I ever played against were those mid-90s Bulls teams when you had to go up against Jordan and Pippen on either wing. And then more modern-day players like Drew Holiday, even a guy like Tony Allen when he was in Memphis, they stand out to me as well.
First team all-defense, Tony Allen.
Year in, year out, a nightmare to go up against.
It's not going to go for him. It's rebounded by Golden State. Curry with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. Jordan, the screen. Here's Curry. Releases from the wing and drills it. Curry's got 29 points.
Well, guys, I'm happy I'm not guarding Steph right now. On nights like tonight, Curry can do no wrong.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Both teams deciding to change it up. Thunder trail by 21. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's SGA. O'Neal pulls it in.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
The kick out, Curry. Back to Green. Pass to Curry. Shot clock at 5. Over Dort. And there's another one for the Warriors.
And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
Holmgren outside. The three. He can't get it to go.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Well, he was shooting the ball from deep in the first half, but he's come up dry ever since.
Here's SGA. It's rebounded by Golden State. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. George outside. Into the... Oh, wow!
And rolling back the clock. Nice work by Paul George.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. So it's Oklahoma City now. Outside, SGA. Looking to end this cold spell. And it's good on the lay-in.
There are few guards in this league that do as much damage in the paint as Gilgeous-Alexander. He may be the best we have.
Here's Edgecombe. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
And he's going to nail these if you give him the space. That's just soft D.
Well, if you're going to give him that shot, he will take it any time.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. On the wing, Curry. Over Dort. That one's wide left. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Counted from distance.
A 6'6" playmaker, SGA has a great view of the floor.
The Warriors lead by 22. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth. Pass to George. There's the triple. Offensive board. Outside for Green. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul.
And let's face it, they won't get back in the game with fouls like that.
And the Warriors with possession here. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Knocks down the long J.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Warriors.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they notch another win, number 34 of the year. And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Stephen Curry.
Well, he did a great job involving everyone in the offense, setting guys up for scores, and the assist total shows it.
Off target from outside. Oh, they get a hand on it. Oh, George with a steal. Curry with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Screen by O'Neal. To the middle. SGA with a steal. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City.
Well, he's one of the leaders in this league in steals. That's just great defense by SGA to trigger that break.
And here's Curry. And so Golden State takes this one, and by a big margin. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.